So, as many have already noted, at the end of the second episode, 22-23, there is a scene where after Caine kills Gummigoo and sends him back to the canyon, he is afraid that he cannot know for sure who is a human and who is an NPC. Is it foreshadowing, a reference to past events, or a silly inconsistency? Maybe none of them, but the possibility that one of the circus members is actually an NPC is obviously too tempting for me to miss, and considering the events after this scene, I think it can only be Jax, and I have several pieces of evidence why. The main point of all this is that Jax is an NPC, but he is the only one in the circus who knows about it, and is absolutely desperate to make sure no one finds out. Episode 1. A small note to start with, but literally the first thing we learn about Jax, the very first thing he has to ask is whether Remember is an NPC or not. From a narrative perspective, he is the person who introduces the concept of NPCs into this universe, not Regatta, who tries the hardest to break through to Remember, or Kinger, who seems to be the most informed about the circus as a concept. He is also very intrigued by the concept of a new AI in Episode 2, Enzo 249. For example, the fact that she suddenly appeared in the circus does not immediately tell him that this is a human character. Maybe that's how he was able to deceive everyone, making them think that he is a human, not an NPC, perhaps sneaking back through the portal, like Gummigoo did, and hiding until the start of the next adventure. He mentions that he knows about headsets, like other human characters, but there is no reason why he cannot know about it, considering that he is not the last person to enter the circus. For example, we have a general idea of who entered first, but these are only characters who are still around in the pilot series. There are many more, considering how many doors are in the bedroom. Chop Basai, Amaj, Shorterl.at as SESX. So we know that Kinger and Ragatha have been here the longest and second longest respectively. But who has been here the second longest? I wonder how Jax reacted when he first appeared in the circus. Not good. So, as a rule, it's Kinger, Ragatha, Jax, Gangle, Zubul, then Pomni. So, how can I claim that Jax is an NPC if he has a canonical age? Not to mention that he has a canonical moment of appearance. Well, there are several options. Option 1, regardless of whether he is an NPC or not, Jax has been here for a very long time, but instead of being a human, he was born inside the circus. He has a certain moment of appearance, but it is only implied that this is because he enters the circus itself. New NPCs constantly appear in the dome, i.e., Glocks, all the mannequins, etc. But also treat these eras with a grain of skepticism, considering that much of it was tied to suppressing Sea Wars and stopping any talk about the characters being adults, and all these cute, hellish nightmare things. I think that in Goose's head there was definitely an idea of which characters entered the circus first, but how much they have aged and have they aged, that's a separate question. Hello, Goze. I know from a previous question that Jax is 22 years old, but this is his age when he got trapped in the circus and is now stuck in. Hello. I have a small question. Many people on Twitter and other sites have said that Jax came to the circus at 14. Okay. But enough about Tumblr. Returning to the pilot series, I want to note something that happens with Jax in particular, more often than with any other artist in the circus. He is most evident in the intermediate nature of the circus itself, and the most meta. It can vary from him just winking at the camera, as in the pilot series, 837. But I think it's a bit more than that. Jax, in particular, is more aware that he is a character in the universe than a character in an indie cartoon.